321, hello and welcome to YQL Real Talk with another monthly market update for the month of July, which is the previous month. Joined today by Brett Gurr, as usual. Had a little break. Murray was here last week. Brett's back.
Back off a very, very short vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And today we're also actually filming in the Prestwick units that we have listed with Strandville Living Master Builder. These are a residential property up top that we're sitting in right now, and then down below is a commercial space as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and they're all fully finished now. So they're looking really good. They're pretty cool.
Two for immediate possession, and then some more following up the next month here. There'll be some more that are ready.
Yeah, it's an amazing concept. Definitely come take a look at them.
Pretty excited to see what's gonna go in them. I'm hoping for maybe a bubble tea shop or I don't know, smoothie shop, ice cream. Who knows?
Yeah, something like that.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
So before we get into the numbers, I just wanted to talk to you quickly about, did you hear the fine, the $20,000 fine in BC for Realtor?
No.
Realtor fine?
Oh,
so
was he drinking milk? Okay, yeah, I did hear about this.
So the story is there was a realtor out in BC who was at some showings, and he got caught on a security camera inside a home drinking milk out of somebody else's milk carton.
Takes all kinds, doesn't it?
You freaking bonehead. Apparently his excuse was that he was on new medication and he was super thirsty. But there's
right.
I can guarantee you, if that was actually the case and you went into somebody's cupboard, grabbed a cup and poured some fucking water out of the tap, that everybody would be okay.
Yeah, nobody would have an issue with that.
Maybe they'd be a little weirded out, but you could apologize for that. But
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's the most expensive milk he's ever drank.
Yeah, putting your lips all over somebody's milk carton. It's not good.
It's funny though, because when you go into a house, I kind of tell clients, now you don't know who has cameras in here.
Yeah.
So watch what you're saying about the house. Don't tell them how much you love it, because then they're not going to be negotiating on price or anything.
Yeah. And even besides the cameras, you see those little microphones all over places too. They're little white boxes with a blue LED ring, and they're microphones that people have. They're just hooked up all over. At least I'm assuming they're microphones. I'm pretty sure that they are.
Really?
So they're everywhere. I see them all over the place. So if you're in a home and you're trying to make up a strategy of how you're going to go about writing an offer,
talk about it outside.
Because everything's going to be laid right out on the table if you're in those homes and doing that. So absolutely.
Sure. What do we got this month?
Okay, so first statistic we got to look at here is homes sold. Current month in July, Lethbridge saw 196 homes sold, 200 in June, May saw 229, April saw 182, and this time last year was 186. So we beat last year.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I wish we kind of had what interest rates were like side by side on this, because interest rates last year, July, were probably just over 2.
Yeah, maybe even 1.8.
Around there.
Yeah,
and we're at 5 something now.
Yeah, absolutely. So
the fact that interest rates have almost tripled, and we're still selling more houses than last year. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. Definitely, it certainly doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's happening. And there's just goes to show that even with a 5% interest rate, still not a terrible interest rate. Homes are still moving.
Do you see a lot of people downsizing, or who are the people you see moving right now?
Most of the clients I have are still upsizing.
Really?
A lot of them are. Yeah, they are. And maybe that's an anomaly. Maybe 5 other realtors.
You just got all the rich clients.
Yeah, sure. Right. No, I seem to have all the lower end homes that are really easy to sell in this market, and they're upgrading into something that's in the $400,000 range, so
really the only saving grace is that Lethbridge is so affordable. I know prices have gone up, and if you're living in Lethbridge, you might not think it's affordable, but if you're comparing it to literally any other city in Canada, we're still lucky that our average home price is, $365 right now.
Yeah. And again, through COVID, we never saw those crazy spikes. So we're not going to see the crazy drops as well.
Yep.
So, and of course,
the amount of people moving here from out of town still. Like that's all I do basically.
It's a huge driving force.
Yep.
It's massive right now. And we're all still dealing with tons of people that are coming here from out of province.
Yep.
So yeah, that's probably the biggest driving force right now in Lethbridge, Calgary, Edmonton, just Alberta as a whole. And make note of the fact that we were 196 homes sold. 5-year average is 151 on that. So current month, let's go to average days on market. Average days on market.
Another crazy stat.
Yeah. They're flying off the shelf still. They're going quick. 51 days on market for the month of July. June saw 58. May saw 58. April saw 65. This time last year was 43. So we're not down to where we were last year in July. 5-year average again, 78 days on market. So
and again, what we're supposed to be seeing is interest rates keep climbing. All these numbers should be going up. Average day on market should be going up. Homes sold should be coming down.
Yeah.
And active homes, who knows what'll happen there. But we shouldn't be seeing the market continually heat up.
Yeah.
And it is.
Yeah, it most certainly is. And like I said, the biggest driving force for that is people coming from other provinces.
Yep.
Definitely. So active homes on market, another statistic that's always good to look at, 464 in July, 481 in June, May saw 475, April was 446. This time last year, 579. So 5-year average is 641. So again, low inventory, right?
This one doesn't surprise me that we're low, but I thought it would be lower. Just from like every morning I take a look to see what's coming on the market.
Right.
Every time I look at this, it's like, obviously not every time or else the numbers wouldn't be what they are. But every time I look at it, it seems like there's 4 new listings and 12 sold.
Yeah. Yeah. And what didn't you say the other day you looked and there were 3 new listings that came on in one day? It was just like, huh?
It was Monday. I think it was this past Monday.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. So,
I think that's another contributing factor to why average day on market is down and home prices are still holding. But it doesn't really affect the amount of homes sold. I mean, there should be less homes sold because there's less to choose from.
Yeah.
But when there is less to choose from, they'll go quicker and for a better price.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll also speak to the fact as well that typically this time of the year, people are going on vacations. It's not a hot time for people to be listing their homes this time of the year. They either listed them in May, April, June, and as soon as July, August rolls around, people are starting to go on holidays as well. They don't want to think about it. And then once that's September, once people get back into school, they're either moved into their new home or they're starting to think about relisting their home again. And that kind of, and mid-August, you start to see a lot of that pick up again. So that could be a factor for it as well. So going into average home price, is seems to be dropping again, which I did kind of look into a bit of a statistic that will probably explain that a little bit. But we've got July coming in at 328,376, June 346,535, May 345,480, and April was 335,257. And July of last year saw an average home price of 341,853. 5-year average in Lethbridge being 310,814. So
I think this one, probably shows the interest rate effect more than any of them.
Yeah.
Because it's not that prices are coming down, but there's probably a lot more houses sold under that 300 range, which is bringing that price down because people are getting approved for less and less, so they can't afford to buy more expensive homes.
Yeah, and you just got to be a little bit more realistic on your price. Trust your realtor. Use your realtor that you trust. And if he's telling you should be listing at this, trust them. They're probably know the market really well. They probably have sold 5 or 6 homes just like yours. They probably have a pretty good idea.
You're speaking for yourself and not all the realtors.
Oh yeah, right. No, not at all. Well, if your realtor has only sold 2 homes this year, I might not recommend using them. They may not have a good grasp on the market. But one interesting statistic that I brought up here was, okay, home prices are down. What's a catalyst for this? And I just kind of thought, you know what? I think it's the high-end homes that are down. So that's my thought process, but I went and looked into it. So in the month of July this year, from $600,000 to $1.5 million within Lethbridge, we saw 5 homes sold in that price range. Just the month of July. In last year, there were 13 homes sold. Now, I guess it's worth pointing out that this year, the highest one statistically on MLS was 715,000. Last year,
The highest home sold was 700,000.
the highest home sold in July, was 715,000. So that's definitely going to, if those high-end homes aren't selling, which due to the interest rate is a huge catalyst for that, it's definitely going to drive average price down. And again, this time last year, 13 homes sold, and the highest sell was $1,062,000 in the month of July last year. So, and I also brought up a calculator as well, that what's contributing to that? Well, the fact that if you made $200,000 for an annual household income, when the interest rate was at 1.8%, you, in theory, now this is a calculator that isn't from Canadian, so disclaimer, these numbers may not be 100% accurate, but it gives us a good baseline, a good guideline.
Right.
According to this calculator, you would approve at $934,000 to purchase a home at 5.2 interest rate. You're now approving for $654,000. So that is,
which is making
massive,
200 grand like household income is pretty good.
Absolutely. That's pretty good. So that is a major catalyst for why some of those $800,000 homes aren't selling.
Actually,
right?
that's like a $200,000 household income is like extremely good. I think you're in like the top
Pretty
5% of
Yep.
Canadians.
Oh,
at that point.
I'd say so. Yeah. If you got 2 people making 100 grand a year, or one person making 150 and the other person 50, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's definitely a pretty,
like the average. I'm pretty sure the average, the average household income is like 120, I think.
right.
So,
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me in the least. That is a statistic I didn't pull.
yeah.
but yeah, I would.
But that's just how difficult it is to get approved right now.
So. Yeah. So if you had that home that you're in the hoping to sell for 750, you just had a lot of people that could have afforded your house 2 years ago. Now all of a sudden can't afford your house.
Okay.
Right?
So this is what I tell clients, because I've been into a couple $700,000 plus listings lately.
Yeah.
And they said, well, what can we do to sell if this is the case? Like, well, tell me if I'm wrong, you need those out of town buyers. They're coming right now.
Yeah.
And those are the ones from BC and Ontario that are selling their apartments for $900,000, $1 million, and they're ready to sell and come back here and buy cash.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
they think that your $700,000 through triple car garage home
is a bargain.
2,300 square feet, probably plus, is a steal of a deal.
Yeah.
So you need to have that direct line to BC and Ontario buyers. And thankfully, with these videos and the home tours and the TikToks and Instagram, that content that we put out, it does have a direct line to them. Those are the things that get seen
100%
across the country, really.
Yeah. I was having a meeting with some clients that I sold their place for them. Nice little house, but it was a $239,000 home, not extravagant. And I'm looking to them and, they're like, oh yeah, everybody loved your TikTok video. And you look into it and you're like, oh, cool. Hey, that video saw 5,000 views, and my TikTok isn't great. It's growing. It's not great. Your TikTok is significantly higher than mine.
Better than most realtors out there, though.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Most realtors don't even do TikTok videos, and that exposure, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, if you can get an extra 15 to 20,000 people viewing your listing, Why not?
Yep.
Right. So
And I'm even like looking at other ways to like collaborate with other realtors out there, whether they're local or out of town.
Yeah.
So last week we had Tyler Hassman,
Which
if
has
you
a massive TikTok following. I think he's up to
60,000.
60,000. Yeah.
on Instagram and TikTok
Followers.
So together that's 120,000 people.
Yeah. Tyler
so-
gets normally anywhere from 50 to 100,000 to a million views sometimes on his stuff. So yeah.
So I'm sure if anybody's listening is on TikTok or Instagram and you've seen house tours, you've probably seen his face as the guy with the big hat. As soon as I say that, everyone goes, "Oh yeah, I know that guy." So we brought him down and we toured a couple properties. One of them, which is in this one, we did a quick TikTok with me and him, kind of collaborating on it. Right now, it's at 53,000 views.
Yeah.
And does that turn into sales? Well, I got a showing booked because of it on Saturday, and I got probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then requests 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 there. What did I say? 10 plus 6? So 16. Yeah, 16 Instagram messages and probably 3 other emails.
Yeah, crazy.
So all leads that are coming from social media.
Right. Yeah, and it's
the wave
your
of the future.
realtor has to be utilizing these avenues. If they're not, rethink which realtor you're using, because it's free marketing. It just takes time, and boy, does it ever take time. Me and you spend countless hours editing video, putting out video, just, simply doing a quick little walkthrough video can take upwards of 3 to 4 hours sometimes.
It's a grind
from front to back. So it takes time, but it pays off in the end. It pays off not just for us, but for your client. It's huge. It can be.
I'll give you a perfect example. Just down the street, there's a house that I sold that backs onto the park in Coldbanks here.
Yeah.
I went in there, did professional photos, did the listing video. There was a client of mine that I was previously working with. He was a couple months out from buying and wasn't really ready yet. And he was like, he was going to come in the fall. I posted this YouTube video, like one of the home tours that I do with YouTube.
Right.
Put it out there. He saw the video, drove all the way in from BC, fast forwarded his plans so that he can come and buy this house instantly.
Exactly.
And if it wasn't for the video, he said he would have never found the house.
Exactly. Yeah. I get lots of people, same thing. I've had a listing that we posted on TikTok as well. And my guy works way up in Fort Mac. And next thing you know, his lead hand comes over and he's like, "Hey man, check out this house I saw on TikTok." And the guy was like, "That's my house," like that's my house. And so
how cool is that?
The reach of social media is insane.
Yeah.
And if you're not utilizing it,
well, and like Realtor.ca is important, and that's where your house goes when it's on the MLS.
Absolutely.
And that's where a big marketplace is.
Yeah.
But where else are they? Everybody's on social media.
It's that engagement. And even if we post a video on Realtor.ca, it goes on to Realtor.ca. What would you rather look at? Would you rather look at pictures of a home, or would you rather look at video walkthroughs of a home?
Yep.
With music
more
and with
entertaining.
it's 100% more entertaining.
Yep.
So it's a no-brainer for sure.
Yep. So that one there with Tyler with 53,000 views. I had a clip from this podcast go absolutely crazy viral and got 1 million views off of this podcast.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, wow, that's awesome. Yeah,
just hit 1 million
nice.
the other day.
That is wicked. 1 million views.
Off. The comments on it are crazy too. But
yeah, I bet. Absolutely. Good for you, man. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Anything else that we got to talk about? Obviously, interest rates are up 5.2.
Well, just the question I always ask is, what does this mean? What does this market mean if you're a buyer? What does it mean if you're a seller? So what does this market mean right now if you're a buyer?
If you're a buyer, my suggestion, my gut feeling is that prices are still going to climb due to lack of inventory. I do sound like a broken record on when we do this, but that's my gut feeling, that due to housing shortage, things are going to continue to climb. So if you're thinking about buying, do it sooner than later, because
and the best advice we can give anybody right now is go get your pre-approval now, because we don't know if interest rates are going to go up again. So if you're getting your pre-approval, you'll be locked in at whatever the rate is now and not what it's going to be. If the rate goes up, you'll hold your rate. If it goes down, then you can get reapproved and get a lower rate. So there's no losing. Go get your pre-approval.
Exactly. And if all this extra money from all these other provinces are coming here, your $300,000 home very likely could potentially be worth $400,000 in 2 years. And, you know, like I've got one client that he bought his condo for $160,000 and he's put a lot of money into it. You know, he's put a lot of, probably to the tune of $30,000, but now we're hoping to sell it later on for $220,000, you know, or in that area. And that's just where the market has gone in these lower end homes. It's certainly gone up significantly. So everybody that bought a year to 2 years ago is sitting there going, great, we made money. But you don't get that option if you're just sitting there renting and going, prices are too high, I don't want to buy. Well, prices,
I'm going to wait for the market to crash.
How many people said that a year and a half ago? Prices are too high, I'd never buy a house right now. Well, here we are. Prices have gone up again.
I have, no offense, but I have an aunt out in BC. No offense to my aunt if she's listening. I doubt she is. But she's been out in Maple Ridge and she has money set aside to buy rental. She's been there for like 7 years plus, probably more than that.
Oh no.
And they have their own place or whatever. It's gone up like crazy in value out there. And she's been saying to me for years that she's waiting for the market to crash so she can buy rental. And if she would have done it years ago when she thought the market was high then,
she probably would have tripled her money.
Oh,
because
man.
That market has gone stupid.
Bonkers.
Yeah.
Like
ridiculous.
What you would think $100,000 apartment here is, out there is like $600,000-$700,000.
Yeah.
If she just would have bought one years ago, which was still expensive at the time, probably like $300,000,
right? Like
triple the price of what $100,000 apartment is here. She would have made $300,000-$400,000 probably.
Yeah, exactly.
If she just would have pulled the freaking trigger. And you can't wait for the market.
No, exactly.
There's that old saying that I bring up all the time. Time in the market is better than timing the market. Nobody can time the market. So just get in the market, hold your asset, and chances are it's going to go up in value.
Just simply due to inflation, it goes up. It's going to go up 2 to 5% a year, and that's all there is to it. Just due to inflation alone, right? Yeah.
And right now, if you're a seller, obviously looking at those stats, if your home is above 600,000, there's not a lot of buyers out there right now.
You can definitely sell your home. There are less buyers, but you got to just be more realistic on your price. You know, there's definitely a market out there. People are still buying them, but are you going to get rich off of it? If you bought it for, you know, X amount before, are you going to make 150 grand anymore? No, you're not, but you're going to get out of it. You're going to be able to sell your home. You just got to be a little bit more realistic on your dollar value. And in those lower price points,
those ones are still,
they are hot.
The $300,000 to $400,000 range is moving like hotcakes. And even lower, those $200,000 ones, are 2 to 3 even. Basically between 2 and 4.
I had 5 or 6 listings go live in the last 2-3 weeks that were price ranged from $200,000 to $300,000, and out of the 6, 4 are now pending, and you know, pretty much, well, not sold, but they're pending right now. Actually, 2 of them sold. So 2 of them have gone final, and
so
the
6,
other
2 sold, 2 more pending.
2 more pending, and 2 of them, one of them just got listed, you know, 4 or 5 days ago.
So there's an 8 of 10 chance if you're listing in that price range.
Exactly. And again, there were clients that trusted me with the pricing of their home. You know, is your home worth, I think your home is worth 250. Okay, let's list it at 250. They weren't like, no, I want to list it at 299 because the market's hot. Nothing is going to come from that. You know, it's just not going to work. So we listed, and they went fast and they were hot, and they actually got more. All of my clients were extremely pleasantly surprised with what we got, and we got them fast sales, and it worked out great. You know, so
Awesome.
Perfect. Okay. Nothing else that I can really think of to bring up outside of, just interest rates are now, I think they went to 5.2. So, for a 5-year fixed, I believe I heard from, 5.34 from, is what I heard. So they are climbing. So again, just got to be,
Brutal.
yeah, a little bit more realistic on your price and see where it goes. So yeah, but
Well, thanks so much for tuning in for another Lethbridge market update. If you guys want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe, like me and Brett's Facebook channel so you can see these every month. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
absolutely. Take care.